Ugh. So hi everyone and welcome to my man things. I hope my hair's alright. I realize I probably need a haircut, but we'll get to that all in good time. So yeah, hi again, I'm Mac. In case you can't tell, I'm an American, and I have no shame in being an American. I think America's a really great country. Because I grew up here. My parents grew up here, my grandparents grew up here, and my great-grandparents grew up here. But not to get into like a big history lesson on my family and stuff, but suffice it to say that, like, I've been in America, and I support and believe in America, because I think generally we've been pretty successful in the world as a nation. Now, every nation has its ups and downs and whatnot, but irregardless, I mean, it's not really where I was trying to go with any of this, so let's not talk about that right now. I realize that people struggle a lot, because I see it. At least I feel like I see it. I feel like I see people that are sort of stuck in their own minds, people that have difficulty overcoming pain in daily life and dealing with stuff and concentrating on what they need to do and looking towards the future. And there's so many different ways that I've seen people try and resolve themselves as humans. And I so probably more over than anything else see people medicate themselves. I mean, I actually recently read a statistic that said 2 out of 3 Americans is on a pharmaceutical drug. It's like, prescribed something. So I mean, if there's a little over 300 million people in this country, that means that, a little over 200 million people in this country are taking some sort of pharmaceutical drug to medicate themselves on a daily basis to maintain their equilibrium, if you will. I don't really believe in that, because I don't really believe in medication as a necessity. I know that pharmaceutical companies will sell it to the general population as some people, it is necessary for them to be drug dependent. And that's somehow different from a drug addict that requires drugs every day. So, if you're drug dependent, I guess there's that implication that you get it from a doctor. Or whatever. The general idea is that everybody needs something. And then, everybody has wants that they have to work towards. And, when you have something that you want, it's in your head. And, you'll meet people that won't have the same dreams, and so they won't support your ideas. And sometimes you'll meet some people that are just supportive, and people that are understanding and supportive of your ideas are good people. And you'll slowly learn to pick those people out, but as a general rule, I really do think and firmly believe that everybody does need something in their life. So while I don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly with maintaining yourself through a drug, I do think that you do, again, need something, so you get those kind of chemical endorphins flowing. But so how do you do that without a drug? Well, that's actually really easy, and it's been kind of a model of my life. Not that I'm some model citizen or anything, but as far as keeping myself alive and figuring out how to feel like a better human and how to feel more confident in myself and all these things. Lo and behold, man, y'all gotta start riding some motorcycles. There's really no two ways about it. Everybody could benefit from riding a motorcycle. So consider the ecosystem, right? Everybody seems to be very concerned about greenhouse gas emissions and global warming and climate change and all that, nonsense. So if you're so concerned about all that, I mean, motorcycles are less expensive than cars, and they get better fuel economy and therefore less emissions. So why wouldn't you just ride a motorcycle? And oh, so you're scared. Okay, well, I don't believe in letting fear hold you back from doing something that's particularly righteous, such as riding a motorcycle. So, if you're fearful of riding a motorcycle, that is to say you're fearful of making the world a better place. And that I just don't subscribe to, because I don't understand how that could be. How could you be fearful of doing something that's right, that, again, makes the world better for everybody else around you? I mean, look around whenever you're stuck in traffic. You see people in cars that are, just single occupants in a car. You see one person in a vehicle going down the road in traffic. Everybody's trying to get somewhere, everybody's being held up, everybody's inconvenienced, everybody's getting aggravated and upset, and it happens on a daily basis. And people just force themselves to deal with it, and to deal with traffic. And it's really obnoxious. So, again, if you ride motorcycles, that alleviates it, because you take up a lot less space on the highway. And taking up less space means there's more room for everybody else. So, yeah, I mean, there's less greenhouse emissions, it's cheaper than a car, the fuel economy is better than a car, especially on average. You take up less space on the road, so you leave more room for everybody else. That's really considerate. I mean, there's 4 good reasons right there. I guess if you want to add a 5th reason, you could find a 5th reason. It's far more exciting, and you're far more engaged in what you're doing. Dude, I'm sitting around like, every night, it's nice to watch like a little bit of TV and kind of relax and unwind. I'm totally cool with that. That's fine. And like, I see some fucking Kia commercial where like they have lane keep assist, they have like automated braking programs in their cars now. And like, dude, if you get in a car and you need that stuff, it's because you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, it's because you're getting cavalier with your driving. You think it's far too easy and you're allowing your mind to wander. And you'll find that if you ride a motorcycle, you won't do that, because you will feel obligated to pay attention, because that's your life on the line. That doesn't mean it's more dangerous. I know that accidents can happen, and accidents do happen because people don't pay attention. And while if everybody was more apt to go out and ride a motorcycle, more people would be paying attention on the road. They would be more considerate of one another. Traffic would flow better. Again, there would be less greenhouse emissions. Everything would be better if everybody just fucking rode motorcycles. I don't get what the big deal is. Everybody's so scared about them. I mean, I see so many people that are just like terrified of motorcycles, and it perplexes the ever-loving fuck out of me, because I don't understand why everybody's so afraid of doing something based on the idea that they might get hurt or they might die. Like, I hate to break it to all of you, but everybody has to die. It is a physiological fact. You cannot escape death. There is absolutely, positively no escaping death. There is no way you can escape death. It's physically impossible to escape death. All right, fine. Let's bite into your argument and say that you can live forever. You can't. In order to live forever, you have to sustain consciousness. You sustain consciousness within your mind. Even if you took your mind out and put it in something that was synthetic, the organic chemistry of your mind can only be sustained for so long. Even if you keep trying to revitalize it, you're still going to be losing information. You're not going to be the same person as when you started. So you might as well be dead. Furthermore, you can't escape the death of the universe, and the death of the universe is your environment, which you survive in. And there's no way to do it. There's no way. There's absolutely positively no way. So you might as well get a motorcycle. If you're going to die anyways, you might as well look back and have lived some of your life and have tried to make an effort to make life better for yourself, better than the people around you, better for everybody that is concerned with anything, because you just ride a motorcycle and it's so much better. It is so much more enjoyable than being in a car. Not that I don't enjoy driving a car, but I just think it's far more enjoyable to be on a motorcycle. You feel like a far more independent human being. You feel disengaged from all these, I can literally get on my bike and feel disengaged from all the troubles of humanity, all these horrible things that go on in the world. I can just literally put aside without having to chemically induce something, without having to take something that makes me feel a certain way to get by. I can just get on my motorcycle, go wherever I'm going, and feel better. And you know what's even better about it is people that are into motorcycles. Like if you ride a motorcycle and you see somebody else that rides a motorcycle, you're far more likely to engage in a conversation because you find this common ground between them. And you know, I guess if everybody rode a motorcycle, it wouldn't be like that, but still. I'd rather sacrifice that and a little bit of like casual, passive communication between people once in a while to just be able to go out and see more people riding. I don't get it. I don't get it. Especially nowadays, I don't get it. Because nowadays, you know, clothing technology and just in general, the availability of having gear that you can get that'll keep you safe, that'll keep you warm, that'll keep you cool, that'll keep you, you know, that'll keep you comfortable while you ride as well as protected. I don't get it. I don't get what people have this drastic aversion to riding a motorcycle to, other than some, you know, there's somebody that is in your life that is probably irrationally and fearfully holding you back from riding a motorcycle, and you can't let that happen. That fearful pretentiousness that is preventing somebody from riding a motorcycle is literally like the entity that is destroying the world around us. You can't be fearful of everything like this. I understand that it's logical to be fearful of things. And I know it's a survival instinct. And I know doing something that most people would, you know, consider is a dangerous thing to go against survival. But how else do you survive if you're not willing to take risks and be able to manage yourself? Being able to overcome that and ride a motorcycle means you can get down the road, ride down the road, overcome that fear, and thusly become a calmer, more rational human being. Because you're reliant more on your instincts rather than your emotions. You don't want to be reliant upon your emotions because your emotions are just these fluttery things that come based on stimuluses in your environment. It's far different than your instincts. Your instincts are what happen when you're laid back and you just completely relaxed and something forces you to make a change. And being reliant upon those instincts will absolutely positively make you a better human being because it forces you to be more logical and correct. So it's absolutely, in every way, shape, and form,